What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. News broke yesterday about a standoff in Florida. Zephyr Hills, to be exact. Shout out Zephyr Hills. And it was involving this guy right here. This guy right here is 31-year-old Alfredo Rodriguez. And he was supposed to be served a warrant by sheriff deputies, wound up exchanging gunfire, barricading himself in the house, and going through a standoff that lasted some time. Now, I'm going to play you this video clip, come back and talk about a couple of things that I think are very asinine, and like it shows that a lot of grown men, man, I'm surprised this guy made it to 31 years old. Check this out.
Where a homicide suspect is dead after shooting at deputies during an hours-long standoff. Investigators believe 31-year-old Alejandro Rodriguez later turned the gun on himself. It all started this morning at a home on Ruth Avenue in Zephyr Hills, and that's where we find Fox 13's Kylie Jones. Kylie, what more can you tell us?
Well, Linda, it all started when U.S. Marshals were trying to serve several warrants on Rodriguez. It turned into a shootout, though, with law enforcement officers. We also learned from the sheriff that Rodriguez was wanted for questioning in a Tampa Bay area homicide. Now, take a listen to some tense moments through body camera footage from those moments that officers had the house surrounded.
Shoot out the window?
Window to the right by the door.
Shoot out the window.
Deputies say 31-year-old Alfredo Rodriguez started shooting through the window. Sheriff Chris Nacco says a Tampa police officer on the U.S. Marshals Task Force and a Pasco deputy fired back. The bullets started flying after U.S. Marshals again tried to serve several warrants. When Marshals knocked on the door, they say Rodriguez's pregnant girlfriend answered, so deputies quickly moved her to safety before that gunfire erupted. Over the next several hours, Nacco says deputies were communicating with Rodriguez inside the house on and off as they sent in multiple flashbangs, tactical gear, and robots. The sheriff says deputies ultimately found Rodriguez in one of the last rooms they cleared. They believe he shot himself in the head.
We train for these bad days all the time because, think about it, it was a violation, a VOP for grand theft. Yes, he was a suspect in a homicide investigation, but when you hear the initial charges, people just knock on the doors, and there's nothing routine. But at the same time, it's, hey, just come out and talk to us.
And you're looking at that house right now and what appears to be one of those broken windows that was likely hit by gunfire. Investigators are still here on scene, just securing the house right now. No law enforcement officers were hurt in this. Now FDLE is investigating, which is protocol. Linda.
Guys, I was reading up a little bit about this story about Mr. Alfredo Rodriguez, who had met his fate in a shootout with police for no damn reason over a violation of and a warrant was issued for grand theft. I don't know what he took or whatever, but it ended like that. 31 years old and your life ended like that. And one thing that I want to talk about is he said his pregnant girlfriend answered the door. So here you are about to be a father at 31 years old, and you decide to endanger her and shoot at the cops out the window in a standoff in an isolated place where you can't go anywhere. As soon as you fired that first shot, the call went out, they're going to surround the house. I doubt very seriously you had enough bullets in that house to take on the whole police force. You see they came with that battering ram thing and bust the door down like they did in other videos? This guy got a lengthy criminal past, I read. Was a suspect in a murder investigation out of Tampa. Go figure. Seriously, you engaged in a gun battle with your pregnant girlfriend, left there to witness. Now they said they don't know if the bullet that was lodged in his head is from the police or himself. But the bottom line is this. If you don't want to go back to jail, why don't you just follow the protocols so you ain't got to go back, like not doing no crime and just deal with the bullshit probation they got you on or parole. It's made for you to mess up anyway because they want to test to see if your mentality is different than it was when you first went in. It's like nobody figures this out. You was about to be a dad. Now, I don't know how many kids this guy had, but a pregnant woman, they shooting guns. That's not good stress on her or the baby. But you just wanted to turn everything into pandemonium. Going out in a blaze of glory. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going back to jail. But you do things that put you in jail. Man, it's like so many of us are ass backwards out here. You shooting guns out. I mean, you ain't sitting there aiming. You're shooting guns out the window. You could have hit another neighbor's house, struck somebody else. You know, bullets don't have no name on them or direction. Once that trigger's pulled, they don't turn and go away from the innocent. Just reckless abandon. And he went out like his life. Seriously, how careless can you be? You don't care nothing about that girl or that baby. And that's the big thing. He's gone, got a child here without a father, making this woman a single mother, putting all the burden and struggle, raising a child on her because of his own selfishness. I feel nothing for grown men that do that. I feel nothing. Nothing you can say that makes that feasible in my eyes. How about you guys out there? Yeah, I'm angry. I'm not going to do this. Basically, he said, F that girl and F that kid. And there are a lot of people out here that roll the dice with other people's lives because theirs ain't shit. Y'all agree or disagree on that? That's real rap. And this type of man or person is growing. It's growing. This type of mindset is out here. And it's contagious. Man, I don't know where we're going to be 30 years from now. I mean, just as people in this country, I don't know where we're going to be because the simplest thing, whether it's direct or indirect, can cost you your life now, and it seems like nobody's doing nothing about it. I did a video from a cemetery yesterday, right? Nobody chooses to go there. But it's a whole bunch of people out here in their reckless abandon that would choose to send you there. That's the thing. Cemeteries where nobody want to go, but somebody real quick to condemn somebody, and sometimes over the stupidest stuff. It's like traditional values, self-respect, kindness, empathy. It's all blown away like salt off a table. Being replaced with something else. Where does that leave us? The ones that want to fight the good fight. The ones that care about other people. The ones that can be a part of something bigger than themselves. Every time you see this type of stuff, it's selfish acts and it gets us nowhere. In fact, it's just driving us as a society into the dirt. That's why I talk about this. I care. I care about everything and everybody. I want peace. I don't want nobody caught up in some type of thing or a kid getting shot or listen. By all means, if you want to do something destructive to yourself, as long as it deals with you and not anybody else, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. If somebody chooses to take drugs and get high because they like it, if that's their heaven, by all means, more power to you. As long as it don't affect anybody else's lives with you doing that. Seriously. I mean, that's real rap. That's how I feel about life. Like, yo, you can do whatever you want. As long as it don't affect nobody else. And at the end, the only person looking dumb is you. Because you can't control. We got free will. You can't control a person and what they doing and what they like. Because if you do, behind closed doors, they're going to indulge in it anyway. Whether it's drug use, some type of addiction, or just some type of inner evil that they have. But as long as it's something that harms them and not nobody else, I don't, look, you can rock out with your cock out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, I'm just talking. Him taking his life or losing his life, rather, affected 2 lives. Outside of his immediate family, he's probably mourning because he's gone. And I do these stories and I talk about all of these people that commit crimes and stuff like that. A lot of times we don't think about the parents of these people sometimes. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's one thing that's heavy on you at a funeral. A lot of times, and a lot of people don't talk about it because it's inside, it's internal, it's guilt. Sometimes family members, when they see somebody they know laid up in a coffin or at a funeral service, a lot of things go through your mind when you're pondering life itself and your interactions with him or her of how you think maybe if I did this, they'd still be alive and not sitting in that box. And that's something to think about. A lot of times these people do this stuff and carelessly take themselves out of here and leave a whole bunch of mental anguish on people that was here that either tried to help them or was instrumental in their lives with trying to get them to do the right thing and couldn't. It leaves a lot of people disappointed, a lot of people saddened, and a lot of people dealing with failure. A lot of times it's illusionary because people do what they're going to do regardless. And once you realize that, you'll make out a lot better in the end. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.